Oh Lord, I won't come home. I won't come home to play. Oh Lord, I won't come home till the river runs
I'll go ahead and
dry.
introduce myself. I'm Aden Estep. I'm with the Panther Productions class in the OMTC. And if you would go ahead and introduce yourself for anyone watching.
Yeah, I'm Tyson Elliott, Mountain Grove alum. I graduated in 23, played football, basketball, stuff like that. So yeah.
All the things, yeah. So for anyone who does not know, I was a freshman when Tyson was a senior and learned everything I know at quarterback from him, how to defense, how to do all that stuff, but maybe run a little bit better than he did.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
have
that
that
wasn't really
discussion.
my thing. Come on now.
Yeah. So the first thing I just wanted to ask is just, I mean, how's life going in general, and just kind of what does college look like for you right now? What classes are you taking, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, dude, it's going great. I'm at Illinois College in Jacksonville, Illinois. It's about 4.5 hours north of Grove. I'm a mechanical engineering major, so that's a little rough sometimes on top of
Yeah,
football, I'm still
yeah,
playing football. Um, the time commitment there is pretty crazy
absolutely.
compared to high school. It feels like a full-time job a lot of times. The classes every day. I have classes like applied programming this semester, dynamics, 8 a.m., which that's a little rough so far.
I've heard not to schedule 8 a.m. classes if I can avoid it.
Yeah, no, definitely don't. But sadly, I couldn't get around it. It's the only time they offered it, so I'm kind of stuck with that. And then I have like a blueprint class, just like a gen ed class. And then my other class, I have calculus 3. So
Yeah, that
yeah,
sounds fun. I'm in
it's
calculus
a
one now and I don't like it. So
oh, dude, hey, just wait till calc 2. That's rough.
yeah. So have you been able to do any kind of like internships up there or anything like that? I remember you
Yeah,
talking to me
so
about one, but I didn't know if you were still there or not.
So after my freshman year, I had a internship at Reynolds Consumer Products. So they make like the hefty like Ziploc bags. So they make those and manufacture those, and I think they're the only plant in the U.S. that like specifically makes those. So they distribute all over the U.S. So that was cool. I was there for a summer, and then last summer I was at Point One Manufacturing, actually in Rogersville. So I was back home, and they specialize in like fasteners for car engines, so like nuts, bolts, things like that. And
Gotcha.
then I'm currently applying for some internships this summer to seeing what I can get, poking around and stuff. So,
Yeah. Um, so we were talking about, being 4.5 hours away from home. I mean, just for, I guess, high school students who watch this, like what's that like? What is kind of the mindset going into that, just being not where you grew up and just somewhere else? What is that like?
it was definitely nerve wracking, dude. I was really nervous,
Yeah.
especially day one. I come onto campus and they're like, "All right," because with football we move in a few weeks early. So I got on campus and we're like right into meetings and like family meetings and everything, and it's just like looking around and I know nobody, dude. And I was
Yeah.
like, what is going on? Like, is this
Yeah.
my life right now? But it was smooth for me, honestly, because of football, because I mean we're together literally 24/7 for the first
Right.
2 weeks before
Kind of
classes start.
get a family built up before things kick
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean I was making friends day one. And so I mean that really helped me, and it was nothing, dude. Like I made friends in my first month that I'm gonna have for the rest of my life, dude. It was
That's
definitely
awesome to hear.
special, especially
Yeah.
here at the school I go to. We're really big on like a family atmosphere with our football program. And like it's true to the bone, dude. Like it's awesome.
That's great to hear because I know, like, obviously I'm getting ready to go into the college world, and just that's one of the things I'm nervous about is, who am I going
Yeah.
to meet? Because, I mean, I plan on going to MSU Springfield, so it's not as far away as you are, but still, it's like a lot more people there than there are in Mountain Grove, and so that's one
It's
of
still different,
like,
man. Yeah, you're not
yeah,
you're not going home to your parents. It's a little
exactly.
different for sure.
So that's one of the things that I've been thinking about, and I know everyone else who's getting ready to go to college is thinking about. So that's good to hear. In terms of like kind of what this community did for you growing up, like how do you feel like people around here impacted you, especially playing sports? Like, we both know, coming from Mountain Grove, sports are life. Like, everybody supports them and it really feels like they back you. Like, what do you feel like this community gave you in terms of that?
I mean, dude, they provided a lot, like especially like just the whole like atmosphere of the community. Like, you know, Mountain Grove on Friday nights for football, like the town's
It's
shutting down. Like
it's
everybody's at the game, and
exactly.
like that feeling of knowing like everybody in the stands and like on the sideline, the coaches, everybody has
Mhm.
your back.
Yeah.
It's special for sure. Well, you don't get that feeling a lot of places, you know. So it was super special to me. And then teachers were great for me. Like Coach Mumaw, he was.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
remember
I
Coach
love Coach
Mumaw, don't you? Yeah.
Gotta
Oh
love Coach
man,
Vermont.
I only had I don't remember. I don't think I ever even really had him in a class.
I was
But
gonna
like
say,
just seeing him every day
yeah,
and like
exactly.
talking to me and checking on me, dude. And then like Miss Allen. Miss
Mhm.
Allen was great for me. She sat me
We
down and we
we
filled
just
out.
birthday party for Miss Allen today, actually.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
yeah. But we were like she sat me down and we filled out scholarships and stuff together, and
Yeah.
she helped me fill out stuff for. I was interviewing, or it was like right before or maybe it was the summer before I came here, but I was coming to interview for this thing called Bright Blue, and they give out 3 like full ride scholarships to people that they're inducting into like the honors program. So I was coming here for like an interview, and they had some questions and stuff, and I sat down with her and she helped me fill it out. It's
It's
just
awesome.
everybody in the community is so supportive, man. It's
Yeah.
just it was special.
As you mentioned Friday nights, like for anyone who doesn't know and is watching this, like coming out of the tunnel and you just see the whole town pretty much just in the stands is like it's a different feeling. Like it's one that's hard to describe. Just the family atmosphere that you get from Mountain Grove playing sports is I don't know anywhere that matches it, but
Oh, it's huge, man.
it's great. So I know I interviewed Mr. Wilson from Oregon a few weeks ago, and I asked him this same question, and it's probably going to be a little different than your answer since you're still in college and he's
Mm.
way out of college. What advice would you give to high school students like my age and even younger who are thinking about, you know, what does the next step in life look like? Like, how do I go about finding where I need to be? Because I would argue that you've done a pretty good job finding where you should be and what community you're in. And so just kind of any mistakes you feel like you made, like how to avoid those or just things you felt like you did right. Like what does that look like?
I would say the biggest thing is you know, don't be discouraged. Like the process, it's a crazy process, you know.
Yeah.
Whether you're an athlete or not, like finding the right place that's going to be home for 4 years or maybe longer, you know, if you got to go to
Yeah.
grad school and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I'd say just don't be discouraged and like go on as many visits as you want, you know, like don't hone down to just like one visit and you're like, okay, well, like, well, this is every college, you know, every place is different. So I would say as many options as you have, like wherever you're thinking about going, like go to every place. Go visit at least once, even if it's not a like official visit. Maybe just go to if it's close by, go to the campus and walk around. You know, you don't exactly have to talk to people or anything like that, but definitely like keep your options open and like you'll know like the place you want to be whenever you go. Like for me, I had from a student athlete aspect, I guess, like I had 8 offers and I went probably on about the same number of visits and like just going around to the places. A lot of the places I kind of just felt like a number, you know what I mean? Like they're just trying to
Yeah.
get as many
I get what you mean.
like athletes to come in as possible. And when I came to IC, like it was a small group. I came for a game day visit, I think was my first visit. And there was like 6 of us, but like he sat us down and like I felt like they wanted me and like I was gonna matter like to their program.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like a
Absolutely.
thing where I went in and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna start day one." Like, no, he told me like our head coach told me like you're gonna have to work for it, man. Like it's not gonna be given to you. And I had that really like drug me here and like grabbed my attention. But
Absolutely. I mean, I
yeah,
definitely get that. I mean, I definitely didn't have as many offers as you did, obviously, but I know that when people are asking you, like, you know, do you want to go play college ball or like, is that something you're interested in? I almost feel like when it feels like a job and it feels like you have to you have to give effort to be around people. It's just like, man, I don't know if I want to go do that for another 4 years and have to work at it. But like you said, whenever it feels like, you know, this is going to be home for 4 years and it feels like a home, I, that would definitely make things a lot easier.
yeah,
And
no doubt.
even when kids aren't playing sports, just find somewhere that feels like home and you can make it home. Definitely.
Yeah, no doubt.
Um, this question's a little more personal probably, but I was going to ask, like, what are some things that you yourself hope to contribute to society as you progress through life and do whatever it is you end up doing.
Man, that's deep.
It's a little more
It's a
thought provoking. Yeah.
yeah. Man, I'd say the biggest thing, I mean, not necessarily from like the job I want to do, but just like as a human being, I'd say like try to give back. Like, you know what I mean? Like give back
Yeah,
to the community
absolutely.
wherever I end up. Um, yeah, man, like just try to make a difference in somebody's life, you know, whether I run into them on the side of the road or I'm in the gym one day and I start having a conversation with somebody and just like be able to provide like any like advice I could to like make their life easier or help them out. But yeah, I mean, I'd say that's the biggest thing. I just wanna make a difference in at least somebody's life. You know what I mean?
I think that's about as good as an answer as you can give, in my opinion. Anyway, I think it's just something different to be able to impact somebody's life in a way that isn't like, I guess, tangible, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, for sure.
in a way that means something in other ways that isn't, you're not able to track it with numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I know one thing that like has kind of been different for me this year as a senior is like, and I honestly, like when I came into the season, I thought about you being a senior when I was a freshman, like how did you treat me and how did that make me feel? And like I always remembered I would come in as a freshman, I'd be like I was nervous, like, man, I hope these seniors aren't mean and like just say, go away, we don't want to talk to you. But like one of the things that always stuck out to me is anytime I had a question, like you just answered it. It was, even if it was probably a stupid question most of the time, like there was no stupid question and you just answered it right away. And so that was kind of one of the things that I wanted to give back when I came into this year is like, how can I be that way towards those under me? I feel like this year on our football team, that was one of the things we came in, like just the seniors, we kind of sat down and had a talk, like, how do we want to be remembered by the people under us? And that was one of the things that we all agreed on. Like we want to be, a family atmosphere and everybody feel welcomed. And I think a lot of us got that from your group when we came in. Like a lot of the guys that we looked up to, they were, they took care of us even when we didn't know what was going on as freshmen. So that was one of the things that really impacted us, I would say. And I think that, as we're getting ready to go out into the world, or my senior class anyway, I think a lot of us have carried that mindset. Like, how can we go, like you said, impact somebody in a positive way? And so I would say that a lot of us got that from your senior class. So I am thankful for that you guys stepped up and helped take care of us a little bit.
I appreciate that, dude. It was
Yeah.
just nice because like, that group, we grew up together, man. So like
Yeah.
we'd been through the process. We were
Exactly.
freshmen once too. We were in the same
Yeah.
boat. So
Yeah.
and everybody's scared. Like, man, the seniors are they're gonna give me a lot of crap or something. But like, no, it's a lot easier when you just build that relationship from day one, man, and
Yeah.
just go about it that way.
We weren't allowed to put people in lockers this year, so that was a little different than my freshman year. But
Yeah, that did happen a couple times, but I've heard of a lot
no.
worse. So
Oh yeah, definitely. So obviously you grew up in Mountain Grove. I mean, all your life, right? Like did you move in from somewhere or?
yeah, I actually lived in Houston
Oh
and moved
yes.
to
Yeah.
yeah, I moved to Grove in fourth grade.
Okay.
But funny story, I actually played football, and so I moved after Christmas break. And so that first, like before Christmas break, I was still living in Houston, but like I knew Hall and Glenn and his dad Tony, and him and my dad coached together, and I actually played in Mountain Grove and at the beginning of the
Okay.
year while I
Yeah.
was living in Houston.
Yeah.
And I would wear my Mountain Grove football jersey to school on Fridays in Houston. So that
That's awesome.
kind of
I
yeah,
didn't know.
but I mean, yeah, I knew once my parents asked, like that's where I wanted to go because I remember it was a Friday night, and we actually went to watch Houston and Mountain Grove play. This was probably like second grade or so, I'd say, maybe third. And we went to the game, and I remember like showing up to Grove Stadium, and I'm like, dude, like this looks nothing like what
Yeah.
Houston's.
Yeah.
So I told my dad after that game that I was going to play quarterback for Mountain Grove one day, and I guess it all worked out. So,
Well, for anyone who doesn't know, you did, and you did it well. So it worked out. What was your favorite memory? Like just of anything in Mountain Grove?
man, My favorite memory? That's a tough one. I mean, I have a good group, a good collective, I guess. A lot of them string from football, probably. Um,
Yeah. I mean, when it's your life for 4 years, it's most fun in the
yeah,
world.
yeah. But honestly, like basketball, I wasn't the biggest fan of basketball, but obviously, I gave it my all when I was on the court. But like those memories that you get from sports, like they're just huge. But like if I could pick certain memories, I would say one of them would be beating Houston twice. That was my senior year. That was pretty awesome.
That was fun. I remember the one
Uh,
o'clock. It was something different, especially as
oh,
a
that was
freshman. I was like,
yeah,
holy cow, this is crazy.
that was awesome. Like especially I helped like I was an A plus, whatever you call like helper, or I did A plus for a credit hour, and like seeing like those kids that I talked to every day and stuff being on the sideline, that was really cool, and being able to play in front of them, so they know I wasn't just lying about being okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that, and then I would say beating Ava to go to the district championship my sophomore year was pretty huge because we went 0-10 the year before, not a great season,
Yeah.
but we bounced back, and because Ava had beat us in the regular season like 20-0 because we had a bunch of guys, like I think it was um, quarantined because of COVID, so it was just we were pretty thin on numbers, and then we beat
Yeah.
them to get to the playoffs, or in districts, I guess, to get to the district championship. That was
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
That's always a good memory when you beat Ava.
Yeah. Oh, it was.
I mean, you talk about sports, like I mean, obviously, like my parents played here and aunts and uncles and all that. And you always hear them talk about high school playing sports and what great memories it is. And I don't think I ever really understood until like this year when like we played Seneca and we lost. We got destroyed by Seneca. But when the last buzzer sounded, it just kind of all like hit me at once. Like just everything that I've done up to this point for football or for other sports is like, man, it's it's coming to an end. And
Yeah.
some like trying to wrap your mind around that, it's just crazy. And then you start thinking about like how grateful you are for the ride that it's been, even when it wasn't always easy. So just stuff like that. Like it's hard to think about sometimes, but at the same time, it's also, it's nice to think about. Like it's been fun. Like I think it's a blessing that we even got to do it. And
But yeah.
it's being from here, the kind of experiences you get playing and stuff like that. It's something that I can't imagine you can find anywhere else very often.
Oh, dude,
But
yeah. Like Friday Night Lights, you just can't beat it. Like obviously, like I still play football now. I mean, I'm not playing at Oregon or Alabama or something like that. That might be a little
yeah,
different, but
the
like
dream schools.
yeah, I mean, it's not the same, man. Like having that now, it's a little different now that I'm a junior leading into senior year. Like I'm starting to build that relationship with like the community, I guess. But like being in Grove, you grew up there, you like go to school there all your life, and it's hard to beat. Like you run out on that field and you can name almost every person in the stands that's there
Yeah,
cheering for you, dude. Like it's
yeah,
just I still
it's a different.
remember yeah, I still remember freshman year here. Our first game was actually a night game. So that was like still kind of like the high school feel. But I ran that onto the field and I'm like looking around. I'm like, I still like don't even know some of my own teammates by name. And then
Yeah,
like, because there's 100 guys on our roster, and then I look in the
yeah.
stands and I'm like, I see my parents, but I don't know
I
anybody
don't know
else. So
anybody
it's
else.
just
Yeah,
yeah, it's just a completely different feeling.
yeah. Well, that's about all the questions I wanted to ask you. You got anything else you want to talk about or anything on your mind?
What's your plans? You said you're going to MSU,
Yeah.
and
So, well, actually, everyone says you're going to switch what you want to do your senior
mhm.
year. And I actually did. Well, I wanted to go to S&T to be some kind of engineer. I didn't really know what.
I know.
And
I
then,
remember. I remember we had that conversation one time. Yeah.
yeah. And then I decided, I don't know if that's for me. I don't know. Something about it. I was like, I could do it. I trust that I have the ability to, but I don't know if it would be. And then this summer, Evangel offered me to come play corner for them. And I honestly really considered it for a while because, it's a faith-based college and that's something that's important. And I was like, I could realistically do that. And like, I liked their school. I talked to the coaches and they seemed pretty excited about me trying to come there. And I was like, maybe that's where I need to be. And then I kind of thought about it more and I was like, I don't really know if I want to play football anymore. I kind of decided I was burnt out on it a little bit. Just I've done it for so long. I'm almost ready to pursue something else. And so then I started MSU, and they have a really good physical therapy program and like an accelerated doctorate program. And so all that stuff kind of piled in together, and I ended up committing to MSU now. So we'll see if I stay in physical therapy, but that's where I'm going fall at least. We're gonna see what it looks like. But
well, congratulations, dude. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I don't know what I'll look like, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's about as far as I've got. I don't really have any other plans after that. But
yeah. You got time, dude. You got time to figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything else, I guess. You got any more questions or anything like that?
I'd like to think of. We just about covered everything. I'll go ahead and end this.